Saturday, Lions and the Bears. Again, nothing there. Chargers. I don't know the Lions are mathematically alive. The Chargers and the Chiefs. Big 7-6 battle in the West. In Kansas City, Chargers, Chiefs. Big one. Sunday, locals play spoilers against Jets, Giants, and Eagles. Jets and Saints. That will be a tough one. Panthers get the Packers, which should be resurgent with Aaron Rodgers there. You got the Vikings taking on the Bengals. You have the Jaguars and the Texans. All yours until the Seahawks and the Rams. Then the not the Seahawks and the Rams. The Seahawks and the Rams, and then the Patriots in Pittsburgh, 4:25, take on the Steelers. And the Niners look for another win against Tennessee, which is banged up and desperately needs one. And then the Cowboys and the Raiders. Falcons and Bucks, with the Falcons having designs on things, play Monday night. So Falcons need to beat the Bucks in Tampa. Cowboys stay alive, need to beat the Raiders on the West Coast. Ray in Connecticut, what's up, Ray?
Hey, Mike, how are you doing?
Good, what's happening?
Listen, it's hard to believe that you're, after all this time, you're leaving the fan. I've got 6 kids from 19 to 27. They were all raised on you. So whether they wanted it or not, they got an education in you. And the first time I ever talked to you, Mike, was back during the Andros scandal between McGuire and Sammy Sosa, which led me to prepare myself for, albeit brief, career at WFAN about 10 years ago. I was part of a trio called Sports on Wax. And,
I remember you guys.
Yeah, we were
you
there.
You guys came in our studio one day.
Yes, sir, we did. And Mike, you were the second person we met. We met Imus, and then we met you. You were very encouraging to us. We were so nervous about everything, including meeting you, that you made everything simple. You slowed everything down for us. And we had a great time while we were there, and I just wanted to thank you for your kindness that you lent to us when we met you.
Well, I remember that. I really do remember you guys coming in. Chernoff was high on you guys. It really was. Yeah. How long did you guys stay together?
We were there for the summer of '85, and then we did 2005, and then I think we did a couple of shows in 2006, and unfortunately, one of our cast members died, and things just kind of faded off. But we still listen to you. We still reminisce on those days.
Any of you guys in the business or no?
Well, I went on, after I left the fan, I worked for ESPN for some time, and we'll just leave that there. I'm no longer in the business, but I still love sports. I still listen to you, and it's just hard to believe, man, that you won't be here on the dial anymore from 1 o'clock to 6:30. So I just wanted to thank you again for your time, and thank you for that experience, because you made it great for us.
Well, thank you very much. And
all right, buddy.
All right, I appreciate it. Wow, that's amazing. That's a long time ago. I remember those guys. Sports on Wax. I do remember them. Absolutely. I remember when they came in, we used to have a lot of shows that they were trying to promote and stuff. They would come through our show. They would they would ask us to put guys on and chat with them. And I remember those guys. I really do. Vince and Wilton, what's up, Vince?
Hey, Mike, I just wanted to wish you and your family good health and happiness after you end your reign here.
Thank you.
And I got 2 questions for you. Do you think that the Giants, if indeed they're finished with Eli, they will trade him or release him?
That one, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I would say most likely they will trade him, if I had to guess. I would think they would be able to get something for him. So I would say they're going to trade him. Jason in Clifton, what's up, Jason?
Mike, that's actually what I wanted to call you about, this idea. People are saying that they'll either trade him, and it's kind of like his decision. But
it's not his decision. No, it's not his decision.
Right. He's due $5 million.
Yes. 3 days into the season.
March.
Oh, that's a roster bonus, yeah.
which is in March.
Well, that's a roster bonus, yes.
But if they're going to give him that $5 million in March, and then I think he gets $6 million as a signing bonus, which is guaranteed. So that's $11 million, right? Now, if they're giving him $11 million, that's 50% of the money he's owed. How would they trade him? Wouldn't the team just wait to see if the Giants pick a number one pick? Or are they going to now give Eli $22 million as a backup if they're playing the number one?
Why would they?
How would you trade him?
Listen,
who's going to take on that?
Eli has a 2-year contract. His contract is stated. The Giants owe him no money. Based on, they don't owe him any guaranteed money. There's no signing. There's no salary. There's no signing bonus. I don't believe. I think there's the roster bonus.
There's a $6 million signing bonus.
Oh, when he signed. What do you mean the signing bonus? It can't be a signing bonus. He's not. It can't be a signing bonus. He has 2 years left on his contract. No, he does not. That's wrong. That's incorrect. He does not have any more money guaranteed to him. There's no more money that he gets that's past money that he's guaranteed. The only money he gets now is money they decide to give him. It hits the cap, but he doesn't have any more money they owe him. He has to perform to get the money or be on the roster. The money, you're not explaining it exactly. It's not the original signing bonus money. It's money because I was told he has no more money except money that he either gets based on that he leaves, he doesn't get the money. He gets the money, but it's not money that is based on past money. It's only future money. He has to be on a roster to get it, or it's money. He's going to get it anyway. He's guaranteed. He's not guaranteed it. It's money they get hit on the cap, but they can release him. They can actually release him, and they don't owe him any more money. He doesn't have to get the money. So he can go somewhere else. So they don't have to pay him, but they're going to get hit with the money from the cap. They're going to take a cap hit next year no matter what. But they don't have to pay him any more money. They don't owe him the money. So only money if he's on the roster. So if they want to cut him before they're done with him, if they cut him before the roster bonus the third day of the year, he's done. He's gotten his money. He's already gotten everything. Now, there's money that is owed going forward that hits the cap. That is money that's there. There's going to be dead money against the cap next year, no matter what. That's going to happen. But he doesn't have to get any more money himself. If they release him before the third day of the NFL season, they're done with him. They can release him. So, but the money will still hit the Giant cap, though. That will happen. Now, he's under contract. He can't leave. He can't leave of his own volition. They can release him, or they can pay him the $5 million. And I'd have to look at what else is out there, how it's structured after that. I know there's a $5 million roster bonus the third day of the season, but from that standpoint, they can cut him before that, or they pay him that. Once they pay him that, then they would just trade him if they were going to do that. Now they can do that, pay him and trade him, or they can, sign him to a new deal that makes it a little different structure, and then trade him. There's a bunch of stuff they can do, or they can just wait, and just or they can just cut him before the third day of the season if they want to. They can release him. So they can do one or the other. But as far as him being owed past money, he's gotten all the money he has to get. That money's already been paid to him. But they do have weight against the cap next year with him. Absolutely. Bob in Manalapan, what's up, Bob?
Mike, how are you?
What's happening?
Well, first of all, good luck to you. And, all the years I've listened, a lot of things I don't agree with you on, but you've been very entertaining, and it's been very good sports-wise. John Mara.
Yes.
For all these years, you've always said that he was the most loyal owner in the NFL. What the heck happened to him now? Come on. He could have backed up Eli. He could have overridden McAdoo. What's going on?
I really think he himself wanted to see the other guys play, but I think something was wrong.
Smith?
No, not Geno Smith. I think they wanted to see Webb. I think that's where the Geno Smith part of this is where they parted ways. I really believe that's where this thing got messed. I think what he was looking for was to see Eli and then see Webb. Webb wasn't ready, and I really think McAdoo wanted to see Geno Smith, and I think the Geno Smith part of this is where they parted ways and where this thing got very messed up as far as I think John felt it was time to look at someone else, but I also think it was Webby was looking to see and not Geno Smith. So I think the Geno Smith thing was the McAdoo part, and I think that messed everything up. That's what I think happened. Plus, the way it was couched to him became a public relations nightmare, which which he wasn't happy about. Which he wasn't there that day. Now, it doesn't mean it would have been different. He also said that he misread Eli, which he said he did. He said he did not think Eli would react the way he did, which is what he said to me that day. He didn't think he would react. So John made a bad read. He really did. It happens. He did make a bad read. There's no question. And, when I'm talking about loyalty, I meant two ways. I meant one, to the fans he has here, number one. Number two, the league. Very loyal to the league. Very much a league guy. Seth in Scottsdale, Arizona. What's up, Seth?
Mike, thank you very much for taking the call.
What's happening?
A question and a comment, if I may. Firstly, I don't know if I speak for the other callers, but I know for myself, as you mentioned on Friday, you'll just be taking calls. Mm-hmm. Nothing would make me happier than for that last half hour of your time on the air to take a call from Chris in Connecticut.
No, that will happen. That will not happen Friday. That will happen before Friday, if it happens. It will not happen Friday.
Gotcha.
No one on the show Friday except the callers and myself. That won't happen Friday. It could definitely happen Thursday, but it won't happen Friday.
I understand. And my question for you, Mike, and then I'll hang up, and I'll wish you the best of luck, and thank you for all the years. I'm actually originally from your show, and thank you for radio.com for allowing me to listen to you out here in Scottsdale. Mike, if you had to have dinner with 4 or 5 people, who would that be? Thanks again, Mike.
People ask that question a lot of different ways all the time. I got asked that question this week, and you start to think of people you'd like to, who would you like to have the dinner with, and you think of a bunch of different people, I gave him a couple of political guys, like John Kennedy would have been one, Harry Truman would have been another, guys like that. I also mentioned Lombardi, and then a couple of, little out of the way ones, like Leonardo da Vinci was one, because guy had a lot of ideas that I thought were just fascinating to have him so many years ago. So someone who could actually, see into the future that much was unbelievable. Vince in Trenton, what's up, Vince?
Hey, Mike, maybe a dozen years or so of calling in. I want to thank you a lot. And,
thank you. What's up?
So I'm originally from Trenton, but I'm down in Moorestown of South Jersey. I'm in the Eagles country. So Sunday, I got little Vinny's a big Eagles fan, and I'm a Rams fan, and we hunkered down for the game. Right. And I want to just get your thought on two things, and I'm not crying about it, but I am crying about it. There were 2 calls against the Rams that you rarely see called. In the first half, actually, the ensuing drive is where Wentz got hurt. They called that taunting penalty against the Ram player that would have forced a 4th down. I didn't see anything. It was maybe a verbal of something. And then later in the game, they called that leverage penalty on the field goal that maybe cost the Rams 3 or 4 minutes on the clock late in the game, and they were both very obtuse calls. And I don't know if you saw either one of them. The play on the field goal is a legitimate safety call. I mean, it's called a lot. You can't do it, and it's one that is called a lot. I mean, and it's a backbreaker because it's a dumb penalty, but it's one they're going to call. It's a point of emphasis with them, and it's a safety issue, and they're going to call it. They're absolutely going to call it. If you line up improperly or try to use leverage or line up improperly on an extra point or try a field goal try, they are going to hit you every time. They feel that is a way unfair advantage, that you can also have a safety issue there. So they're going to call that one a lot. As far as the taunting calls, they're always tricky. I mean, they really are. Very much, as to, what initiates what, who did what, that kind of thing. Those are always very, very tough. Also, when you get personal fouls away from the ball and who hit who first and who did, very tough. Really is, So many of those calls can go either way. Here's the Mink Man.